Hello everyone, this is Lalita Singh and you are going to study science with me in class 8. Today we are discussing our 12th chapter that is called friction. This is our very first video on this topic. In this chapter you will learn about friction. What are the causes of friction? What are the types of friction? How we can measure the friction? What are the factors which is affecting friction? Friction as a necessary but evil force and importance of friction. We will also learn about fluid friction. Now you can see this ball. This ball was rolling, but now after rolling some duration, after rolling at some distance, the ball gets stopped. Now see over here. This child was walking on the road and suddenly he put his feet on the peel of banana and he gets slipped up. Next is the person is paddling the cycle. Even after paddling for some time, the cycle will move at a short distance without paddling, but later on the cycle will slow down. So why this happen? The ball gets stopped, the child gets slipped, or the cycle gets slowed down. Actually, the ball and the cycle, both of them are slowing down because there is a force which is acting on the object that are in motion. Okay, and the child is also slipped down over here because that force is kind of less over here because of peel of banana. Understand, the force is termed as friction. Friction is a natural force which acts on a body whenever the body is in motion. And now what is the direction of friction? You can see in this diagram, when the body move in this way, then the friction will act like this. So the direction of friction is always opposite to the motion. You can see over here, motion direction is shown with this arrow and the friction direction is shown with this arrow. So friction is always acting in opposite with the motion. Clear? Now see over here, friction. Friction, as I have told you, it is a natural force that resists the relative motion of the two surfaces. When the two surfaces are in motion, it will act in opposite direction. It is always causing the rolling object to stop or moving object to stop. For example, you can see a person is pushing an almirah. Okay, the almirah floor is preventing it from moving, whereas the force applied by the person caused the almirah to move. So friction is acting in opposite direction in which the person is pushing the almirah. Understand, friction is an evil for all motion because it slow down no matter what in which direction you are moving. The friction will always slow down the motion of an object because it is acting in opposite direction. We have already learned about this in force and pressure, that when two forces of different magnitude act in different direction, they will cancel out each other, and if the forces are in same magnitude and they will act in different direction, both of them will cause the effect of both of them will be cancelled out with each other, and the resultant force acting on the body will be zero. Understood? Now friction is a force that slow down or dampen the motion of an object. So as in the process of dampening this motion, they transform energy of a moving body into heat energy and sound energy. We know that energy cannot be created, neither it can be destroyed, it can only change its form. So when the friction is applied, it changes the energy into different form of energy like heat energy and sound energy. This you can easily understand by rubbing your palm together. When you are rubbing your palm together in, okay, so what will happen? There will be production of sound as well as your palm will get heated up. Okay, next is to light a matchstick. We need to rub the matchstick over the matchbox. By rubbing it, due to friction, there is little amount of heat is created which is enough for lightening the matchstick. Right? Now, next, when the wind blow through the tree. Okay, when wind blow through the tree's leaves causes friction or causes resistance in the motion of the wind. Okay, because of this resistance, the friction will take away the energy of the wind and transform into noise of the leaf and branches as the wind blow through them. Now, what are the causes of friction? See, friction. What are the causes of friction? Friction is generally applied by forming gripping between the rough edges of the two surfaces. See over here, however smooth surface may appear, but every surface is having some or very little amount of roughness over there. Understood? No object is perfectly smooth. All objects, however smooth they may appear, they are having millions of minute irregularity if viewed microscopically. The irregularity or roughness of the surface of an object depend upon the nature of its material. What type of material has been used to make the object? Okay, when an object is kept on the surface like this, its weight exert pressure on the surface. The book is kept over here, so weight of the book is going to exert pressure on the table. Okay, because of this pressure, the irregularity of book will get struck in the irregularity of the table. They will get interlocked. Okay, in order to make the book move, we need to apply enough force so that we can overcome this interlocking. Okay, you can see over here, the book is kept. The irregularity is clearly visible of the two surfaces. So as they are already interlocked with each other, we need to apply a amount of force which can cause them to break their interlocking. Understood? The more irregularity will be there, the more interlocking will be there. So we need to apply a greater force to overcome the friction. Understood? In general, it can be said that friction is caused due to roughness of the two surfaces in contact. Even we can say even the smoothest surface like glass. Glass is considered as a very smooth surface. But if you are drinking water with the help of glass tumbler, the water will get stick into the irregularity of inner surface of a glass tumbler. Okay, even after washing it properly, the water droplet will get struck from the inner surface of the glass tumbler. Earlier, the scientists believed that roughness is the only reason behind the friction, but later on, after many studies, it was become clear for us that every molecule apply some amount of attraction force on another molecule, and this attraction force is known as adhesion. The force of attraction between the different molecules are always different. Thus, according to Robert Kirch, this adhesion is the essence of friction. For example, we are using glue to stick the papers together. Now, the glue matter is having more attraction to the papers. But we cannot stick two metals with the help of same glue which we are using to stick the paper, because this glue is not having that much of attraction capacity for metals. Understand? Now, type of friction. Over here we are having two type of friction. The one is sliding friction, the second one is static friction. Okay, first discuss about static friction. What is static friction? We know that when two objects are kept together, there is formation of interlocking between the two surfaces, rough edges of the two surfaces, right? So we need to apply enough force to overcome that interlocking between the two surfaces. Okay, we need to apply enough force to make this interlocking break. Okay, so the force that is required to make the object start moving or sliding is known as static friction. The friction between two solid objects that are not moving relatively are also considered as static friction. Okay, when the object is kept on table and it is not moving due to static friction. Okay, and when we are pushing an object to move, like the book kept on the table, if we are pushing it to move, the amount of force that is needed to just start the motion, Okay, the amount of force that is needed to just start the motion is known as static friction. Clear? Now about sliding friction. See over here, sliding friction, the force required by the moving object to continue the motion is known as sliding friction. The force required to continue moving or sliding is known as sliding friction. Two objects touching each other that slide past one another cause sliding friction. Just think about the same book over here which is kept on the table. Okay, we need to apply more force while we are breaking the interlocking between the two surfaces. But once the object started to move, we need to apply a little bit force so that it can move, because when the body start to move there will be no chance to form the interlocking between the rough edges, so it can move easily. So we can say we need to apply more force to overcome static friction, because whereas we need a lesser force to overcome sliding friction. There is another type of force that is called rolling friction. It is not mentioned in the book. Rolling friction is a friction in which we need to apply a very little amount of force to roll an object on the surface, right? So the force required to roll the surface on the object is known as rolling friction. Over here we are having example of static friction and sliding friction. Means when the box was stopped and the initial force applied by this person to start the motion of the box was static friction. Once the box has started to slide over there, it is known as sliding friction. Over here you can see the child is sliding over the structure. Okay, now see over here in this picture you can see this is the example of rolling friction in which the object is rolling on a surface. Clear? Now measuring friction, actually measuring of friction is done with the help of spring balance. This is what spring balance look like. Okay, spring balance is having head. This is the part which is used to measure the weight. It is having reading, and this is the part which is known as hook. It is attached to the object whose weight we are going to measure. Understood? A spring balance consists of a spring having a movable pointer attached to it. The pointer move over the scale accordingly. Okay, according to the force that we are applying. Clear? Spring balance actually measure approximate value of friction. Why? Just think about it. If the gripping between the two objects need, okay, because of this gripping between the two objects, 5 Newton force has been applied by friction. Okay, so you must need at least little bit larger amount of force to overcome the friction. Why? Because when we are using only 5 Newton, then what will happen? The frictional force will cancel the force applied by us. Only if we are applying a little bit larger force, then only the object can move, right? So we are measuring friction with the help of spring balance, and the measured quantity is approximate value of the friction. Now we can measure with the help of activity number 1. For this we need a shoe box, okay, and a spring balance, shoes, a strong thread and table so that we can slide it over there. Now procedure, just see, place the shoe box on the table and shoes should be inside it so that it can have a little weight. Okay, now wrap up and tie it up so that you can attach the spring balance to it. With the help of thread we have to wrap it up. Okay, now slowly you need to pull the object, pull the spring balance, and you need one more thread to absorb the reading. Okay, make sure the spring balance is parallel to the surface on which the box is kept. While reading the scale, you may have noticed that the reading of the scale is having larger quantity when the box was just started to slide motion, whereas after some time when it started to slide, the reading will decrease. Okay, the reading on scale when the box just begin to slide is measure for the static friction, while when the box has continued to slide, the measure was of sliding friction. The reading on scale when the box is pulled on the pencil is the measure of rolling friction. If I am going to keep pencil under this box and then we will pull this thread, then the pencil will roll down below the surface of the shoe box and the sliding friction will get converted into rolling friction. Understand? Now next is factor affecting friction. Generally, friction is caused due to roughness of the surface. Friction is caused due to interlocking between the rough edges of two surfaces. So nature of the surface is one of the factor which is affecting the friction, and the second is the interlocking between two surfaces also affected by mass of the object. If the mass is more, okay, the interlocking will be more firm. Understand? Now to understand this, we have activity number 2. Okay, see over here, we will use book for this activity, a writing board and rubber ball, a chart paper, small pebbles and sand. Now what we need to do, we will arrange the book in same manner and we will make a slanting surface with the help of writing board, and below this writing board there is chart paper present. Okay, this is the chart paper. Now what we need to do, we need to roll the ball on this slanting surface so that it can move on the chart paper. While performing this activity for the first time, when we are doing this, we will use simple chart paper. Okay, in the second time we will use sand granules on this surface, and in third time we can use pebble on this surface, and after that we will roll the ball from this slanting surface on this one. Okay, after performing this activity, when the ball is going to get stopped at a certain after traveling a particular distance, we need to measure the distance as well. Okay, after measuring the distance, you will be able to see that the ball has rolled to a larger distance when you are using simple chart paper, whereas the speed has gradually decreased when you are using the sand, and it is the lowest, the speed of the ball was lowest when you have used the pebble. It means roughness of surface increase the friction. If the surface is rough, the more friction will be applied. If the surface is smooth, then small friction will be applied. Now, activity number 3, to prove that mass of the object affects. See over here, the rollers are rolling on the rough surface, so it travel less distance, whereas if the rollers are rolling on the smooth surface, it travel a larger distance. Understand? Now, activity number 3. To perform this activity, we need 2 to 3 books, a loop of cotton thread, a spring balance and a table. Again, we will arrange the book like this. We will tie the book up and we will hook the spring balance with the book. Okay. Now, after arranging these all things, we need to pull the spring balance to measure the static friction and sliding friction. Okay, then later on we will keep on adding books one by one and we will perform the same activity again and again. You will be surprised to see that as the number of book has been increased over there, in the same way the reading of the spring balance has also been increased. See over here, this is what is spring balance. Okay, if we are going to perform this activity with the weight, what will happen, we need to pull it up and this type of reading can be seen in the spring balance. Clear? We can say friction is more if the surface are pressing harder, if the weight is high, and it will be less if the weight is less and surface are not pressing harder. So okay, so after performing this activity, we can conclude that Friction depends upon irregularity of the two surfaces in contact. More the roughness will be, more the friction will be applied. Smoother the surface is, less will be the friction. And second is, friction is directly proportional to the mass of the sliding object. If the object is heavier, okay, it will apply more friction. If object is lighter, it will apply less friction. Now next topic is, friction is a necessary evil. Friction is very important for us to pick any object. Okay, if there is no friction between the hand and the object will slip out from our hand. Understood? So if there is no friction between the foot and the surface, then it will be very difficult to walk. We will get slipped down and we will never stop if there is no friction. If a person gets slipped down in a frictionless surface, then he will continue to slide. Understand? It will be very difficult even to hold the door, even to open it. Okay, so friction is the one which is providing us gripping to hold any object. Like if you are fixing a nail on the wall to hang a picture, just imagine, do you think that if there is no friction between the nail and the wall, the picture will be hanged over there? No, it cannot be hanged over there if there is no friction. Understand? All this would have actually, all the activities just is shown in here in this diagram, like walking, like writing, like letting the wheels move on the surface, or construction of building. These all things are possible because there is friction. If there will be no friction, then even we can't stand on the surface. Okay, so to understand the importance of friction, let's do the activity number 4. Okay, to perform this activity, we need to have an empty 1 liter cold drink bottle, water and mustard oil. Now take the bottle and remove its cap, fill it with water completely. Okay, after removing its label, wipe it dry from outside and hold it. No doubt we can easily hold it with our hand. But now rub spoonful oil on the surface of the bottle and on the upper part of the water bottle. Okay, then try to hold the bottle. You will find it very difficult to hold the bottle because it will get slipped down from your hand as you have applied oil over there. Oil, which is a lubricant which reduces the friction. Okay, the world wouldn't have been the way as it is now if the friction was not over there. As a matter of fact, friction is the one of the very important natural gift to us. Now next is increasing friction. There are some cases in over there we need to increase friction. For example, you can see the tires are having lots of cut mark over there. This is to increase the friction between the tires and the road. Just imagine the case when there will be no friction between the tires and the road. What will happen? The vehicle will get skid over there. Okay, the tires of all vehicle are made with grooves designed to make their surface uneven in order to have a good grip on the road, to control the movement of this vehicle. Okay, understand? For example, if you are moving your bicycle on a road which is sandy, kind of sandy area, then what will happen? The sand granule will enter into this grooved portion and make it smooth, and in that condition, what will happen? Your cycle will get skid down over there. Understand? Now soles of shoes, see over here, soles of shoes are also provided with unevenness so that the user can walk properly on the road without getting slipped down. The shoes of athlete have extra rubber spike on the sole so that they can have a better grip on the racetrack while running. Now handle of motorcycles or are also provided with the rubber sheet which is having lots of spike over there. It is to provide good grip on the vehicle to the driver. The handle of some of the heavy machineries and cutting tools are also made with a rough surface so that the user can have a control over it. Friction between the paper and the lid is the reason that we can write. Otherwise, just think about if there will be no friction between the chalk and the blackboard, do you think we will able to write? Just write down on a plastic sheet with the help of ball paper. You will get your answer. Clear? Similarly, the friction between the board and chalk enable us to write on the board. Next is reducing friction. There are a lot of cases in which we need to reduce friction because friction causes wear and tear. Wear and tear means it makes the object old, okay, which result into tearing of the object. Clear? Friction whenever occur, it change the energy into heat energy, which make the vehicle kind of warm. Understand? It causes roughing of the moving object or moving part of the object and affect their efficiency. Clear? So at time excess of heat and rubbing off result into wear and tear. To minimize wear and tear of the part of machine or vehicle, scientists has devised many means to reduce the friction. For example, the first one is lubrication. Lubrication means applying oil, grease or machine oil or graphite in between the parts of the machinery. Lubricant form a layer on the rough part of the rough edges of the two surfaces and make them comparatively smoother so that they can slide over one another without creating heat due to friction. Understand? The oil used for lubrication is called machine oil. We can also put oil, grease, graphite time to time between the moving part of the swing machine. It can reduce the friction. Clear? Now next is using ball bearing. See, these are the ball bearing. Ball bearing are what? These in industries, basically in industrial and domestical machines, one part rotate over other in a circular fashion. Okay, to minimize the friction between the two parts where one of them is in circular motion, small metallic balls, see over here, small metallic balls are kept between them in well designed slot. If it is ball, it will be known as ball bearing. If it will be in cylindrical shape, it will be known as roller bearing. The system of metal ball in their socket is called ball bearing, whereas the system of metal cylinders in their slots is known as roller bearing. Clear? Now next one is, okay, roller bearing can change the sliding friction into rolling friction. We know that the force that we need to overcome the rolling friction is kind of very less in comparison to the sliding friction. Okay, for example, if we are pushing the almirah in normal condition, it will be very hard to push. But if we have put rollers inside the almirah, below the almirah, if we have put rollers below the almirah, it will be very easy to push it. That is why we are using roller to drive the vehicle, right? Next is using powder. You may have played carom board several times, right? So what is we are using to make the surface of the carom smooth? Are we using oil? No, we are using talcum powder over there. Talcum powder get deposited into the rough edges of the carom and the coin, well, and make the surface smooth. In this way, the carom does not have any wear and tear and it will be very smooth to play over there. Now next one is polishing the surface. Polishing is done with the help of a process known as electroplating. About electroplating you will study in chemical effect of electric current. Okay, when there is a case when we can't use lubricant or ball bearing or roller bearing. Okay, in that condition we are using the polishing surface, we are using the machinery part in polished condition. Okay, the polished condition will make the surface very smooth. This polishing is done with the help of electroplating, right? Polishing also help to minimize the friction between the object. Clear? Next is friction in fluid. We will study about friction and fluid in our next class. Until then, have a nice day everyone.